Student, we learn about the theoretical parts of rotational dynamics. Now today I am going to start the numericals on rotational dynamics. In our textbook, at the end of the rotational dynamics, there is an exercise given on the page numbers 23 to 25. Up to the question number 11, there are theoretical questions, and from question number 12 to question number 22, there are numericals. That numericals are unsolved numericals. Now today we solve these unsolved numericals. Before that, one sentence is given at the starting of the exercise. That sentence is use g is equal to 10 meter per second square unless otherwise stated. That means the value of acceleration due to gravity g is considered 10 meter per second square for the numericals in which the value of g is not given. If the value of g is given in the numericals, at that time that value can be used. Otherwise, the value of acceleration due to gravity is considered 10 meter per second square. Remember this thing. Also, I give some tips regarding to solve the numericals. First tip is read the numerical carefully. Second tips, write the given quantities, value of given quantities in the same system of units or in the SI units. Third points, use the proper formula for the given numericals. Then substitute the respective values of the respective physical quantities in that formula and solve it. At the end, the result must be written in the proper units. Remember these points regarding to solve the numericals. Now we start the numericals. Question number 12 is the first numericals of the rotational dynamics. Here I read first. Somehow an ant is stuck to the rim of a bicycle wheel of diameter 1 meter. While the bicycle is on a central stand, the wheel is set into rotation and it attains the frequency of 2 revolutions per second in 10 seconds with uniform angular acceleration. Calculate first point, number of revolutions completed by the ant in these 10 seconds. Second point, time taken by it for first complete revolution. Now, first write the given points from these numericals. Here, from first sentence, an ant is stuck to the rim of a bicycle wheel of diameter 1 meter. That is, first point is capital D is equal to 1 meter, and therefore radius R is equal to D by 2, that is equal to 1 upon 2, and it is equal to 0.5 meter. This is the first given point. Here, if we consider this is the bicycle wheel, this bicycle wheel having a diameter capital D is equal to 1 meter. An ant is stuck at this point, rim, having radius small r. In second sentence, while the bicycle is on a central stand, the wheel is set into rotation. That means initially the wheel is raised. So, the initial frequency is 0. That is the second point. Initial frequency n0 is equal to 0 revolutions per second. Therefore, its initial angular velocity is equal to twice pi n0, that is equal to 0 radian per second. From next sentence, and it attains the frequency of 2 revolutions per second in 10 seconds. That is, third point, final angular frequency is 2 revolutions per second at the end of 10 seconds. Therefore, final angular velocity omega is equal to twice pi n, and that is equal to twice pi into 2, that is equal to 4 pi radian per second. And the time for the number of revolutions is equal to 10 seconds. Next sentence, with uniform angular accelerations. That means this wheel can be rotated about this axis with uniform angular acceleration alpha. So the ant is also perform circular motion with the same angular acceleration. Now, from the next sentence, calculate first point, that is 2 point, to find point. Number of revolutions completed by the ant in this 10 seconds. That means to find out, if we considered capital N is the number of turns in this 10 second. So the time can be represented by t suffix n, and this value of n is to be determined or to be calculated. Second point, time taken by it for first complete revolutions and the last complete revolutions. As the wheel rotates with uniform angular acceleration, that means that is the accelerated motion, so the time taken to every rotations or every revolutions are different. Here, to find out the time taken to first revolutions as well as time to complete last revolution, that is the nth revolutions. These are the time, or these are the points n, t first, t nth are to be calculated or to be find out. Now we use the proper formula to solve these numericals. To solve the numerical, proper formula is the second kinematic equations for the circular motion or rotational motion. That second kinematic equation is angular displacement is equal to initial angular velocity into time plus half angular acceleration alpha into t square. This is considered first equation. If n is the number of turns performed by the time Tn, then the equations for nth revolutions, for nth revolutions, for n revolution, the equation becomes theta n is equal to omega 0 into Tn plus half alpha into t square, Tn square. In one revolution, angular displacement theta 1 is equal to 2 pi radian. Therefore, in n revolutions, the angular displacement theta n is equal to n into theta 1, that is equal to n into twice pi radian. Therefore, equation second becomes, this equation is said to be second equations. Therefore, equation second becomes n into twice pi is equal to omega 0 Tn plus half alpha into Tn square. Now, to find out the value of n, we must know the value of omega 0 Tn and alpha. Here the value of omega 0 Tn are given, but the value of alpha is unknown. So, to find the value of alpha first, for that purpose, the equation alpha is equal to omega minus omega 0 upon Tn. The value of omega is 4 pi, value of omega 0 is 0 and time tn is equal to 10 seconds. Substitute these values in these equations, we get alpha is equal to 4 pi minus 0 upon 10, and therefore alpha is equal to 4 pi upon 10 radian per second square. Now substitute the value of alpha, omega 0 and tn in these equations. Say this equation is equation number 3. Therefore equation 3 becomes n into twice pi is equal to 0 into tn. Tn is 10, that is 0 into 10 plus half into 4 pi upon 10, since the value of alpha is 4 pi upon 10 into tn square, that is 10 square. Therefore n into twice pi is equal to 0 into 10, that is 0, plus here 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 1 10 it get cancels, and therefore that is equal to twice pi into 10. Therefore n into twice pi is equal to twice pi into 10. Twice pi get cancelled, therefore n is equal to 10 revolutions. This is our required answer, first required answer. This equation is said to be equation number 4. Now to find out the time taken to first complete revolutions, that is the second point, that is to find out the time required to first revolution. For that purpose, for first revolutions, the equation becomes theta 1 is equal to omega 0 into t1 plus half alpha into t1 square. For one revolution, for first revolutions, theta 1 is equal to 2 pi radian. Therefore above equations becomes 2 pi is equal to 0 into t1 plus half 4 pi upon 10 into t1 square. Therefore 2 pi is equal to 0 into t1, that is 0, plus 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, that is twice pi upon 10 into t1 square. This addition is equal to 2 pi upon 10 into t1 square. 2 pi get cancelled, therefore t1 square is equal to 10. Therefore taking square root on both sides, we get t1 is equal to square root of 10. This is our second requirement. This is time, its SI unit is second. This equation is said to be equation number 5. Third point to be find out the time taken to last complete revolutions. Here the number of revolutions are 10. So the last revolution is 10th revolutions. Therefore, to find out the time taken to 10th revolutions, and that is equal to the time for to complete first to 10 revolution, that is complete revolution, that is T10 revolutions, minus time taken to complete 9 revolutions. This is the formula to find out the 10th revolutions. But it value of T10 here is given here, T10 that is equal to Tn, and that is equal to 10 second is given. But T9 is unknown. To find the value of T9, we can use the formula of the angular displacement for 9 revolutions, that is equal to theta 9 is equal to omega 0 into T9 plus half alpha into T9 square. In one revolutions, the angular displacement is equal to twice pi. Therefore, for 9 revolutions, it is equal to 9 into twice pi is equal to 0 into T9 plus half 4 pi upon 10 into T9 square. Therefore, 9 into twice pi is equal to 0 into T9, that is 0 plus 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Therefore, that is equal to twice pi upon 10 into T9 square, that is equal to sum with 2 pi upon 10 into T9 square. 2 pi get cancelled. Therefore, T9 square is equal to, T9 square is equal to 10 into 9, that is equal to 90, and therefore T9 is equal to square root of 90, and the value of square root of 90 is equal to 9.487 in second, and therefore time taken to last complete revolution, that is 10th revolutions, that is equal to T10 minus T9, that is equal to 10 minus 9.487, and that is equal to 10 minus 9.487. If we take the difference, we get 10 minus 7, that is 3, 1 character replace, 10 minus 9 is equal to 1, 1 character replace, 10 minus 5 is equal to 5, 1 character replace, and 10 minus 10 is equal to 0, that is 0.513 second. This is the time taken to complete 10th revolution, that is the third point. These are the requirements. This is equation number 6. The equation number 4, 5 and 6 are the required answers here. The answers given in your textbook is the value of number of revolution, that is equal to 10, that is correct answer. The time taken to complete first revolutions, that is square root of 10 second, that is also correct. And this time taken to last complete revolution, that is equal to given here 0.513132, 0.5132 second is given in textbook, but actual but in actual calculations the value of t10th is equal to 0.513 seconds. This is due to log table. Author used calculator, hence that is there is difference, but it is nearly same, so it is correct answer. In this way we can solve another numerical number 13. Numerical number 13. The coefficient of static friction between a coin and gramophone disc is 0.5. Radius of the disc is 8 centimeter. Initially the center of the coin is 5 centimeter away from the center of the disc. From this example it is clear that, or from this numerical it is clear that a coin is placed on a gramophone disc. If we consider this is the gramophone disc, and this disc is rotated about this center, about this axis, and coin is placed at a certain distance, from this center. The radius of the disc is considered capital R and the distance of center of coin is considered small d here. Now, as the disc rotates, the coin placed on it performs the motion away from the center due to the centrifugal force acts experienced by it, and due to that frictional force will be arises. It moves away. At that time frictional force is toward the center. Hence here coefficient of friction will be given. Friction is given. So first point is given is coefficient of friction. That friction is static friction. That is 0.5. Second point is the radius of the disc is 8 centimeter. Radius of disc is considered capital R. So capital R is equal to 8 centimeter. This is in CGS system. We write in SI system as 8 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Third point is initially the center of the coin is 5 centimeter away from the center of the disc. That is third point. Here the center of the coin placed at a distance small d, therefore small d is equal to pi centimeter, that is equal to pi into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. In next sentence, at what minimum frequency will it start slipping from there? That means if the disc is rotated, at what speed, at what angular frequency this coin just slip away, just start to slip. That frequency is to be find out. That is to find out the frequency to just start slips, to just start sleeping, just start to the frequency to just starts sleeping. Sleep a coin. That is to be find out. That is to be find out. Second point, what factor will the answer change if the coin is almost at the rim? Almost at the rim. That means if again we increase the frequency of rotation so that the coin from its place moves at the rim, comes to the rim. At that time, what is the frequency? That means n2 upon n1, that is the factor. n2 upon n1, that is to be determined. So to find out this, also there is given one given points in bracket. Use g is equal to pi square meter per second square. Here the value of g is given. So here the value of g is not 10 meter per second square, but here the value of g is, for the given point, is g is equal to pi square meter per second square is given. Now to solve it, we use the formula V is equal to R into omega. V is equal to R into omega. And that is, V is equal to square root of mu s into Rg. But V is equal to R into omega, that is equal to R into twice pi n, where n is the frequency, R is the radius of circular motion. And therefore, above equation becomes R into twice pi n is equal to square root of mu s Rg. And therefore, n is equal to 1 upon twice pi into R into square root of mu s Rg. And therefore, n is equal to square root of mu s Rg upon twice pi R bracket square. So here twice pi R is outside the square root, so it comes in square root. So here we write square. Therefore n is equal to square root of mu s g upon 4 pi square into R. Here R square, 1 R square get cancels. Square of twice pi, that is 4 pi square. Here we write. This is equation number 1. Now, first point. Here we considered n1 is the frequency to just start slips a coin. That means when a coin just slips, just start to slip, at that time n is equal to n1 and R is equal to D, Therefore, the equation 1 becomes, equation 1 is n1 is equal to square root of mu s g upon 4 pi square into d. Now substitute the value of mu s, g and d in this equation. We get here mu s is equal to 0.5, d is pi into 10 raised to minus 2, g is pi square. Therefore this equation will becomes n1 is equal to 0.5 into pi square upon 4 pi square into pi into 10 raised to minus 2, and therefore n1 is equal to square root of 0.5 upon this pi square get cancels. Therefore 0.5 upon 4 pi, this 10 raised to minus 2 comes to the numerator, that is 10 raised to 2. 10 raised to 2 means 100, 100 into 0.5 that is 50. Therefore n1 is equal to square root of 50 upon 4 into 3.142, and therefore n1 is equal to square root of 50 divided by multiply by 4 to 3.142. We get the value 4 to the 8, 4 4 the 16, 1 carry 4 1 the 4 plus 1 5, 4 3 the 12, and therefore this product is 12.568. Now solve it by using the logarithmic table. First see the log of 50. Log of 50. Log of 50 is equal to, characteristic of 50 is 1 and mantissa is 6990. Now see the log of 12.568. This number having 5 digits, but to see the mantissa we use only first 4 digits. Here the 5th digit is greater than 5, so add 1 in the previous digits. Therefore we see the log of 12.57 instead of 12.56. Characteristic is 1 and mantissa of 12.57 is 0969 plus 24, that is equal to 0993. Now here is quotient, therefore taking the difference of these two logs, 0 minus 3 that is 10 minus 3, 7, 1 carry replace, 9 minus 10 that is 19 minus 10 that is 9, 1 carry replace, 19 minus 10 that is equal to 9, again carry replace, 6 minus 1 that is 5, 1 minus 1 0, therefore this is 0.5997. Here it is square root of 50 upon 12.57. So for the square root we multiplied by half or divide by 2 to this log. Therefore we get 0.2 to the 4, 1 character 1 remaining, 1 and 9 19, 2 9s are 18, 1 remains, 1 and 9, 1 and 9 90, 19, 2 9s are 18, 1 again remains, 1 and 7 17, 2 8s are 16, 1 remains, 1 and 0, next digit is 0, therefore 2 5s are 10. Here complete question. Now see the antilog of this number. See the antilog of this number. To see the antilog, we use only first 4 digit after decimal points. Here the fifth digit is equal to 5. In that case, see the previous digits. The previous digit is even number, even digits, so we cannot add 1. Therefore, here we see the antilog of 0.2998 only. If instead of 8 there is odd number, at that time add 1 when this is 5 digits, 5. So after see the antilog of this 0.2998, we get the value is equal to 1.995. So the frequency when the coin just begins to slip is N1 is equal to 1.995 hertz. This is the required frequency. Second point, to find out that point is what is the frequency when the coin moves from its initial position, from this initial position to the rim, At that time, the frequency is considered N2, and at that time the distance or radius is capital R. Therefore, when a coin comes to rim, then small r is equal to capital R and frequency is N2. Therefore, equation 1 is N2 is equal to square root of mu Sg upon 4 pi square into capital R. This is equation number 3. And the equation N1 is equal to, this equation is considered equation second. Therefore N2 upon N1 is equal to square root of mu Sg. Therefore, N2 upon N1 is equal to square root of mu Sg upon 4 pi square into capital R into square root of reciprocal of N1, that is 4 pi square into small r upon mu Sg. Mu Sg get cancelled, 4 pi square cancel, therefore N2 upon N1 is equal to square root of small r upon capital R, and this after substitute the value of small r and capital R, we get pi into 10 raised to minus 2 upon 8 into 10 raised to minus 2. 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 2 to get cancel, and therefore n2 upon n1 is equal to square root of pi. The value of pi is 3.142 upon 8. Now divide by 8 to this, we get square root of here 3. Therefore it is write 0 point, decimal point complete. So write here decimal point 3 and 1, 31. 8 3s are 24, remaining 7, 7 and 4, 74, 8 9s are 72, 2 remains, 2 and 2 22, 8 2s are 16, 6 remains, 6 and next digit is 0, 8 7s are 56, 8 7s are 56, 4 remains, 8 5s are 40, 8 5s are 40. Therefore this is equal to square root of. Now see the square root of 4 figure numbers, this numbers, but this number is less than 1. In our log table there is only 2 tables of the square roots, that are the square root of 1 to 10 and square root of 10 to 100. Here this number is less than 1. So this number is converts like this: 39.275 into 10 raised to minus 2. Now this number is in between 10 to 100. So we use the square root of, we use the table of square root of 10 to 100. 10 to 100. In that case, we use only 4 digits. Fifth digit is here 5. Fifth digit is 5. See the previous digits. Previous digit is 7. That is odd number. Therefore, here we add 1 in the previous digit, and that is equal to 39.28 into 10 raised to minus 2. Now we see the square root of 39.28, and that is equal to 39 2 into, that is 6.261, and at the 8, that is 6, that is 6.267. 6.267, that is the square root. 6.267, this is the value of square root of 39.28 and square root of 10 raised to minus 2, that is equal to 10 raised to minus 1. Therefore n2 upon n1 is equal to 0.6267, and therefore n2 upon n1, not n1 upon n1, n2 upon n1 is equal to 0.6267, and therefore n2 is equal to 0.6267 into 10 raised into n1 into n1. This is our required next answer. The answers given in our textbook is n1 is equal to 2.5 revolutions per second, and n2 is equal to 1 upon 2 times n1, that is 0.5 times n1. Here the answers are different. Here the answers are different. N1 is equal to 1.995, that is nearly equal to 2. That is nearly equal to 2, not 2.5. This is due to the printing mistakes in our textbook. That printing mistake is here. Initially, the center of the coin is pi centimeter away from the center of the disc. That is, the value of this D is wrongly printed. The value of D, this is wrongly printed. Instead of pi, here the 2 is, instead of pi, if there is 2, then the answers in the textbook are correct answers. Remember these things. These answers are only correct when instead of pi we write 2. Remember these things. Okay. In the similar way, we solve the next example. Example number 14. Problem number 14. Here we read the problem number 14. Part of racing track is to be designed for a curvature 72 meter. We are not recommending the vehicles to drive faster than 216 km per hour. Now, to construct the racing track, if this is the racing track, having certain radius r, in such a way that the racing car cannot be slips. With what angle should the road be tilted? The road surface is tilted with the horizontal level. This is the angle of inclinations. Now, here also, by what height will its outer edge be with respect to the inner edge of the track is 10 meter wide. If this road surface is wide by length L, then what is the height? This height is considered H. The road surface is represented by AB and the height is considered BC. Then, to find out the value of H as well as the value of angle of inclinations, that value to be find out. Here the given points are in this example. First given point is small r, that is the radius of this racing track is 72 meter. Second given point is maximum velocity. Is equal to 216 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. In this way it is given. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and that is equal to 60 into 60 seconds. Therefore, Vmax is equal to Vmax is equal to 216 into 1000 upon 60 into 60. 0 0 get cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. Here 6 into 3, that is 18. Therefore instead of we write 5 upon 18, we write 5 upon 18. That means to convert kilometer per hour into meter per seconds, we multiply by 5 by 18. This is in meter per second. This is in meter per second, and that is equal to divided by 18 to 216, we get 18 ones are 18, 3 remains, 3 and 6 36, 18 twos are 36, 12 into 5, and therefore this is equal to 60 meter per second. Vmax is equal to 60 meter per second is given. Now at what angle the road surface be inclined, that is to be determined. Now to find the angle of inclination. First point, angle of inclinations, and the height to be raised. If third point is here given, if the road surface L is equal to AB, that is equal to 10 meter is given. Therefore to find out these values, we used proper formula. That formula is tan theta is equal to V square upon Rg. Substitute the value of V, R and G here. The value of G is not given in this numerical, so the value of G is considered 10 meter per second square. That is our fourth given point is G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So here, therefore tan theta is equal to 60 into 60 upon the value of R is 72 into G, that is 10, 0 cancel. Now divide by 6, 6 ones are 6, 6 ones are 6, 2 1 and 2 12, 6 twos are 12, 12 ones are 12, 5 are 60, that is equal to 5. Therefore theta is equal to tan inverse of 5.000. Now by using the natural tangent tables, we can find out the angle tan inverse of 5. Now see the nearest number of 5.00 in 0 minute columns. Here 4.7046 is in 78 degree rows. So the near number is 5.0045 is in 42 degree. Therefore the angle is angle is 78 degree 42 minutes. 42 minutes, that is equal to 78.7 degree. This is our required answer, theta. This is the angle of inclination of the road surface. This is the first point. Now, by what height will its outer edge be with respect to the inner edge, higher level, that is elevations to be found out. Now, from this right angle triangle ACB, from this right angle triangle, sin theta is equal to H upon L. H upon L. From right angle triangle, from triangle ACB, sin theta is equal to BC upon AB. BC is equal to H and AB is equal to L. Therefore, that is equal to H upon L. Therefore, H is equal to L into sin theta, and that is equal to 10 into sine of 78.7 degree, and the sine of 78.7 degree, by using the natural sine table, the sine of 78.7, that is equal to 9806, and therefore H is equal to 10 into 0.9806, and therefore H is equal to 9.806 meter. This is our second required answer. The answers given in our textbook is theta is equal to tan inverse of 5, that is equal to 78.69, that is calculated by using the calculator, but here we calculate by using the log table, hence this is 78.7 degree. And the height given is 9.8 meter, here the height is 9.806 meter. This is by using log tables. Remember, next numerical is numerical 15. The numerical 15 is the road in the question number 14 above is constructed as per the requirements. The road is same requirements. The coefficient of static friction between the tires of a vehicle on this road is 0.8. Will there be any lower speed? By how much can the upper speed limit exceeded in this case? The road is made as per question number 14, but here we consider the force of friction. There will be force of friction between the tires and road surface, and the coefficient of friction is 0.8 is given. So here, for that purpose, there is speed limit, lower speed limit and higher speed limit. That will depends upon the angle. Now here given points are same. Given points are same. First given point is small r is equal to 72 meter. Second given point is Vmax is equal to 216 kilometer per hour. that is equal to 60 meter per second. This is given. These are the given points. Third is length AB, that is same. Road surface, wider road surface is 10 meter. Fourth point, G is equal to 10 meter per second square. But here we considered mu s is equal to 0.8. This is considered, force of friction is considered. Now when there is force of friction, at that time there is speed limit. To find here the lower speed limit, that is V minimum. V minimum is to be find out. And second point, by how much can the upper speed limit exceeded in this case? That means upper speed limit can we find out. Speed limit, that is Vmax. How many times the Vmax can be changed? That is to be find out. Now we use the proper formula to find lower limit. V minimum is equal to square root of Rg into bracket tan of theta minus coefficient of static friction upon 1 plus coefficient of static friction into tan theta. This is the formula to find out the lower speed limit when we consider the force of friction. Now substitute the value of R, G, tan theta, mu s in these equations. We get the value of R is 72, value of G is 10, into bracket the value of tan theta. In earlier numericals, the value of tan theta is equal to 5. The value of tan theta is equal to 5. So we write, instead of tan theta, we write 5 minus mu s. Mu s is here given 0.8 upon 1 plus 0.8 into 5. Therefore, the lower speed limit V minimum is equal to square root of 72 into 10, that is 720, into bracket 5 minus 0.8, that is 4.2 upon 1 plus 0.8 into 5, that is 4.0, and therefore V minimum is equal to 720 into 4.2 upon 4 plus 1, that is 5, and therefore this is equal to square root of. Now divide by 5 to 720, we get 5 1s are 5, 7 minus 5, that is remains 2, 2 and 2 22, 5 4s are 20, 2 remains 2 and 0 20, 5 4s are 20, that is 144 into 4.2. The square root of 144 is equal to 12 into square root of 4.2. Now find the square root of 4.2 by using the log table. This number is in between 1 to 10, hence we use this square root of 1 to 10, 1 to 10. Therefore in 4.20 the value is 2.049. Therefore here 12 into 2.049, that is equal to 12 9s are 108, 10 characteristics, 10 4s are 12 4s are 48 plus 10, that is 58. 8 here, 5 characteristics, 12 0 the 0, 0 plus 5 5, 0 characteristics, 12 2s are 24, that means here 24.588. This is the minimum speed. This is the minimum speed, and this is in meter per second. The answer is given in kilometer per hour, so we convert meter per second in kilometer per hour by multiplying by 18 by 5, 18 by 5, and therefore it is equal to, if we multiply by 24.588 by 18, we get 442.584 upon 5, and that is equal to 5 8s are 40, 5 8s are 40, decimal points completed, 0.5, again 1 6 kilometer per hour, that is returns only 88.5 kilometer per hour. This is by using log tables. Now for the upper limit, the Vmax is equal to square root of Rg into bracket tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s into tan theta. This is the formula to find out the maximum speed. Now here the denominator is 1 minus mu s tan theta. Now if you substitute the value of mu s and tan theta here, that is equal to 1 minus 0.8 into 5, that is equal to 1 minus 4. This is negative number. This speed is never negative, that is considered it is equal to 0. Denominator is 0, therefore maximum speed is equal to infinity. Since here angle is greater than 45 degree or equal to 45 degree, at that time the denominator is consider if angle is equal to theta is equal to or greater than 45 degree and mu s is equal to 1, at that time the denominator 1 minus mu s into tan theta is considered equal to 0, so Vmax is infinity. So Vmax is infinity. There is no upper limit. There is no upper limit as the road is banked. So here there is no upper limit. There is no upper limit. Upper limit as the road is banked for greater than 45 degree. So students, thank you. If you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel Physics Guru RDP and give the messages in its. Also give the message on my WhatsApp number 9422218134. Thanks again.